Hello there. Tonight's brush is going to be my Maison de Barbier House of the Barber Plisson Synthetic. I'm going to sit that in there in my scuttle and let it soak up some water. And the soap tonight doesn't have a label on it, but it's Razor Rock ABC BA. It's kind of Razor Rock's take on ABC. It's bitter almond soft Italian style soap. I don't think they make it still. I think it's been discontinued several years, but it's a lovely scent and a lovely soap. And let's go ahead and move on down and get this party started. Slinging water everywhere. That's all right. I love this soap. It was piffed to me 3 years ago, probably more than that. 3.5, maybe 4. And I don't use it very often. I have, but I don't use it as often as I would a soap that, lovely, a soap that I could just go on out and replace once I used it up. So that's not, that's not an option with this soap unless I were to find it used. So I don't use it a lot. But now, and I put way too much water in there, but it's alright. It won't hurt anything, I don't think. Anyway, I forget what I was going to say. But I mean, this Razor Rock is good stuff, period. There's so much good Razor Rock soap out there. I grabbed this soap. I was looking for my XXX. I haven't used it in a while. I'm kind of getting a hankering for it. And when I was digging through, when I was digging through my drawer, I saw this soap and I was like, yeah, I haven't used it in a while. Beautiful. Beautiful stuff. Lovely. I think the water balance is, that little happy accident got the water balance just right for me. Anyway, tonight I'm doing the edge testing. I've got 2 razors. The first one is my Germania Cutlery, the Oxford razor. You see I have it marked Tomo on the other side. There's a video, a honing video on my honing page, Tiny Jnat. This is the edge off of that tiny little Jnat Tomo that I use for my Shobu. Want to see what this does. And that's lovely. There's Got a bit of tugging, just wonderfully smooth. Not quite as keen as my Shobu, but close enough. All in all, good shave. Nice and smooth and sharp. Lovely. Wonderful edge. All right. On cheek 2, what I have is this old Wade and Butcher that I restored years ago. It's been through some battles, but it's been a lovely shaver. What I did, it has a lapping film edge, but I went back on my Arkansas stone. I did 100 laps, edge leading, and 70 laps, edge trailing, with a barely wet with water black Arkansas stone. Let's see what that does. Oh yeah. That right there, folks, is a really keen edge. Very keen. But not harsh in any way. Again, very smooth, smoother than the Jnat edge. Just that's lovely. Beautiful. Wow. So, wonderful test. I'm going to set this aside. And go back to the Jnat for this second pass. That's lovely. I'm very happy with both of those edges. That Tomo, the Jnat, the tiny Jnat, I wasn't sure what I would get from it. You never know. I don't even know what that stone is, except for the fact that it's a Jnat that I believe is slightly softer than my Shobu, my particular Shobu. That's pretty much all I know about it. But I wouldn't mind having a stone the size of my Shobu, or even smaller. A 2x4 of that would absolutely rock. Lovely, lovely stone. That's beautiful. Of course, you can't fault the razor rock. At all. Really hard to beat razor rock. Anyway, for price and performance, and sheer variety available, good luck topping razor rock. Beautiful. I really wonder what this edge would do if I gave it the same treatment on the Arkansas that I gave that Wade. Really tempted to give that a go just to see. The Arkansas, they're the stones I think that are calling me. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't intend to stop using the Shobu or the Codical or my lapping film or my synthetics or anything of the sort. But the Arkansas, they're maybe it's because I used them so much when I was a child. That was the only stone I knew other than everything else that everybody said was cheap junk, which some of them are not. The carborundums that I used when I was a child, yeah, they're inexpensive, but they work just fine on a knife. And then you go to the Arkansas to smooth everything out. Doesn't just because they're inexpensive doesn't mean they're cheap. But the Arkansas was the stone that everybody told me, everybody that knew and everyone I trusted, get you an Arkansas, get you and they were synonymous with oil stone. They didn't call anything else an oil stone, even though that it was an oil stone. The carborundums are all anything else. The India stones, they were oil. I think it's just that the guys, the older men, because that's where what I learned, who I learned to hone from, my knives from, and that's who told me what to get and all that. They had used them for so long that was the stone that they went to, and I think maybe that's why the Arkansas are calling out to me more, because they're the stones of my youth. I'm so familiar with them, and every time I run a blade across one of them, I remember spitting on an Arkansas stone and sharpening a hunting knife or a pocket knife or something like that from that tall on up, from 10, 11, 9, 10, 11. I think I got my first knife when I was 9 or 10, something like that, and it's just they beckon me and say, hey, remember me, that kind of deal. So I think that I'm going to look for a hard white Arkansas to put between my soft and my black. But that's down the road. I'm having loads of fun just finishing on the black. That is not even funny. So anyway, lovely edges, lovely shave. I appreciate everybody coming along. If you watch that tiny Jnat video, this was the test of the edge of that. So if you were interested in that, I hope that you catch this video. All right, God bless you, and I'll talk to you later.